Do you love the Tabernacle Choir? This year, the choir's music is everywhere you are. Listen to your favorite choir songs and music and the spoken word anytime you want on Alexa by simply enabling the skill.
Alexa, play music in the spoken word.
Now playing music in the spoken word.
You can also download the Tabernacle Choir app, subscribe to the choir on YouTube, listen on Spotify, and have access to all their wonderful music. Happy listening.
Jim Williams, Media DC, has a story out about the Cougars could be the Big 12's top brand soon. Put that up on Facebook, got a little bit of reaction. His basic theory, to boil it down here, he's got a story, is that BYU has had a brand name recognition for 40, 50 years. Really 40 since the
BYU posters on my walls as a kid in New Jersey.
So it's the Supreme Court deregulated football, and everybody started putting games on TV, and BYU had quarterbacks throwing the ball all over the place.
I love Virgil Carter.
That's a little before then. That's more the NCAA era. But going independent, although it was painful at the time, did put BYU in primetime national windows.
I mean, Brother Joseph was just one state over from me.
ABC, ESPN, and ESPN2.
He was.
Jersey to New York. I got it. Yeah.
It was a haul.
And then.
I've made the drive.
Stay on point.
I've made the drive.
And then conference membership. BYU gets into the Big 12. They have all this pub that most G5 teams don't have. They get into a Power 4 league. The money is increasing as they go from a partial share to a full share.
I've been to Palmyra.
And NIL turns loose some entrepreneurs. And here we go. Get ready, Cougar fans. Here's a sentence. No Big 12 school has seen a steeper 2-year rise.
These are halcyonic days.
Wow. Pretending like you didn't know what an oblation was last hour, and now he drops halcyonic. Which
were you studying the thesaurus down there in Frisco? What were we doing?
I could not spell halcyonic.
HALCYONIC.
Ooh, I probably would have put a bonus C in there. See? Good for you. You advanced the lightning round.
C's there.
And I'm out.
You're starting to get to my GPA.
I know. I'm out. I'm out, Jerry.
Thesaurus. I did say that to Mark Harlan.
Were you the unidentified disembodied voice that was on video but was not tagged?
Oh, like 42 times. Hello, that's me. It's old PK, the old guy in the group. I'm right there. See, that's me. Jeez.
An unidentified individual asked a couple
Scotty
of questions.
And Tim Lacombe, they got all. What about me? Man, you turned 70 and they forget you.
70, Number one, you didn't turn 70. Number two, they never knew you.
I didn't say. I said, when you turn 70. Oh. I'm just a little premature on the forgottenness.
Well, one day we'll graduate to the main show.
Mark had a shot. He brought up your name, too. We were talking about, I said, I was going to ask some tough questions about, I don't know, Kyle leaving, whatever. I don't even remember. I said, Mark, we've got a good relationship and, ease into it. And he said, it's something like, yeah, okay. But I have to make sure I don't use big words because of your ASU background. And I said, yeah, well, you better get a thesaurus so you're able to use them. Mm-hmm. And then we laughed, and, we can kid each other like that, and people think he doesn't like me and vice versa, and it's just not true. And then he brought up, well, yeah, after I interrupted DJ, I saw him the next day, and people thought we were angry at each other, and we weren't. And I said, I know. We all get how it works here.
I told him, I don't care.
Yeah.
I wanted the answer. You gave the answer. That was all I wanted. I wanted an answer.
And I think Mark, he doesn't take things personally. He understands that, and appreciate dealing with him in that regard. But as far as BYU goes, man, these are great times. And, I read that story by Jim Williams. He's an ex-TV executive, I believe. And so he has a lot of credibility in what he says. But, yeah, I mean, the Big 12, and they'll tell you this is no secret, has been the determining factor to put them in the position And you can say, oh, the money, yeah. But I don't think it's not like these entrepreneurs got rich at the same time they went into the Big 12. It's just the Big 12 opened the platform for them wanting to give money because now you're competing at an extremely high level. And the fact is, the last few years of independence, you were just kind of wandering in the desert, not pointless, but not with a specific direction either.
Well, the playoffs are like a magnet.
Playoffs?
That's the goal. And so if you don't have a path to the playoff, and if you're not playing meaningful games in late October and November.
And they played them in December.
You're going to drop off the radar, which is what was happening at the end of independence.
Right.
As opposed to it's a magnet now, and it's even bigger because now there's 12 teams, and there is a path. And you are playing big games in October, November, and as you point out, the conference title game last year. Yeah. And the year before they tied for it, but they didn't get in the tiebreaker. So this is that. In a weird way, even though independence felt like a step backwards or sideways, this guy, and he is a TV executive, he sees it like to be in that many homes on that platform, it gets the brand out there. It just gets your name and your logo out there over and over. And you did play some entertaining games and some big games along the way in that era. But combine that with hitting the Power Four and combine that with the enlarged playoff and NIL and the fact they've had a couple of really good teams. They haven't had 3 really good teams, maybe 2.5. They started 5-2, but it fell apart. But they've had 2 really good teams. So you add all that together and you get the trajectory. Now, it is college sports and someone can rip the chair out from underneath you, but it doesn't look like that right now.
Oh, I don't see it, man. I think I don't know that they would be interested in do that. I think they could expand the football stadium and still sell out. I think demand is extremely high for BYU tickets to go to their football. And then the gift that just keeps paying over and over again is A.J. DiBonsa. I mean, you talk about the brand.
Yep.
And
they sold out of basketball tickets faster this year than they did last year.
Right. And you go and you look at, we often hear, particularly among the minority community, they'll say, hey, there's someone who looks like me can do it. And, I took my daughter when she was younger, Utah women's volleyball. The stars were there.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, these are females. They can do well. DiBonsa, besides the guaranteed name recognition of BYU, it's also, well, man, if A.J. DiBonsa if he's investigating that and then ultimately does it, I should take a look at it too. And we're seeing that. So their brand, I can argue, which has been big, as you say, for a good while, has never been bigger.
Terry wants to shoot this down. BYU is far from a national power. Not even close. Few Mormons reside east of New Mexico. Well, there are definitely some facts in there, Terry. I just don't know how relevant they are.
DiBonsa resided in Massachusetts.
I know. It's like,
that's pretty east of New Mexico.
Does the brand get you? Does the right? If you're, let's just say you're east of New Mexico, okay. But are you going to stay up to watch the game? And are you a 10th grader, rising, who's thinking, hey, my team is going to play there, and I know it's a big game because BYU's been in the mix in that league 2 years in a row. Now am I more likely to stay up and watch that game or choose that game when there's multiple games on? Well, because they've got a brand, they got a little power, and this resonates as a win or lose. This resonates as a big game.
Week 2 of the college football season, I believe, will be between 2 ranked teams. I think there's no question BYU will be ranked. I hope that Arizona's ranked.
Hope/expect?
Maybe more hope than expect.
Okay.
But they deserve it. I've got Fafita. I love the kid. I've been saying it for 2 years now. And that is a 3:30 start East Coast time. So where a large majority of television viewers, and it is a time when usually they're playing Timbuktu State. And now
they don't have mega games on the other stations.
Yeah, you got a huge conference game with a brand name quarterback and BYU, and Bachmeier's in the process of making himself a brand name quarterback for sure. So I think that's out the window.
Arizona BYU's over there on Fox.
Yeah,
and your
it's
point,
1:30. I'm going to be there.
CBS is
should come.
Mississippi State at Minnesota, Alabama at Kentucky on ABC. Those are not mega games.
Decent, but
they're decent. Yeah. But there are times
Arizona,
where
BYU's right there.
There are weeks where that time slot is just loaded with awesome games. And you have a pretty good Big 12 game, but the SEC can be playing their game of the day. The Big 10 might be playing their second-best game of the day.
And the Cats throw the ball around all over the place, as they should. So it's an exciting brand of football. And Fafita, he remembered every little play talking to him last week about last year and how it was heartbreaking. And then what he says really indicative of who this kid is. Yeah, they earned it though, and so he's got tons of family here, Polynesian here in Utah. He spoke about that. He's been on our air twice the last 2 years of Media Day, and so he's going to be jacked up. But yeah, I think that stuff plus virtually every road game east of New Mexico, since that's become the
line. Yeah, right.
It's not at 8:30 Mountain Time.
Well, I think one of the other things is that when you're not in the Mountain West and the WAC, where you're playing a regional schedule, the thing about these national leagues, even though we don't like them, is it pulls in viewers from different parts of the country and extends your brand. And that does it for everybody in the league. If you're good enough for long enough, then in all parts of, you're playing West Virginia, people in West Virginia know, okay, that team's at the top of the league. It goes back to what Mitch was just saying about ASU. Well, they were 7-2. They won the conference title. They were in the playoff. They were in OT with Texas. And even last year when they're down, they're 6-3. If they follow another good year, and there's a lot of moving parts here, and I don't think it's a favorable September schedule, but if they negotiate that, if they're 2-1 after 3 games and they're playing some good football, why not another big year? Why not? Now they could be 1-2 and they get drilled and they come back from Europe exhausted. That's not good.
We'll see.
They get smoked by Texas A&M.
But BYU's already there. They've put together 2 big seasons.
But in Cincinnati and in West Virginia and in Orlando and in Kansas and in Texas, they weren't paying that much attention to the Mountain West and the WAC and Independence. This is different. It is more national.
And the thing about it, there's not that many Latter-day Saints compared to the West. Obviously, we understand that. But basically, you can draw an 8-hour bracket circle around wherever they're playing, and those folks will show up. There's enough of them. I've been on the road with them in places all over the country.
There's a couple games that stick out of my mind that underline that, and they were both in Tennessee. They played Middle Tennessee State, and you're thinking, this is in the early days, like they just had to get 12 games, right? They go independent. Yeah. It was the first couple of years. And I can remember watching that game because I'm cutting highlights for a Saturday night sports show, and I watched that game, and BYU scores.
And you'll be doing that again this Saturday.
And they
Channel 5.
Yes, I will be there.
As your TV career continues, not mine, yours.
Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
I won't be there Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
All right, to the point, they cut to a shot of Middle Tennessee State, and there's at least 5,000 people in blue and white screaming because they just scored a touchdown. You're like, it's Middle Tennessee State. This game was a foregone conclusion. They had to play it, but people showed up. And then when they played Tennessee and they won, and it was a wild, wild finish, that we've all seen that stadium, and there's a ton of orange in that stadium, and the amount of blue really popped against the orange. It was a contrasting color.
As it went down, it was nuts.
Yeah, it was berserk, and there was no shortage of Cougar fans in the stands.
Larry King and I in Atlanta, Georgia Tech.
Georgia Tech, baby.
Larry King and I. The King and I.
Well,
get that?
I just had someone. Reference the show. Do you remember the old show King and I? Looking like, how could I possibly forget?
That's a play or something, right? With Yul Brynner?
Yeah.
The King and I. And it just came to me. Yeah. I'm a genius.
Golden era of
But yet I'm not on TV. I don't know. Whatever.
It's just a matter of time.
Yeah. I'm 70 now.
It's a matter of time and sales.
But you're going to live.
You're not 70, and you're going to live to be 100.
I feel it.
Okay.
I'm going to, since we can gamble on everything right now, we're going to have a bet.
Gamble?
We're going to have a bet on whether you, well, not me.
Not gambling.
Not me, because
I don't gamble. I gamble on nothing.
What are we using here?
People will gamble on whether PK outlives Yak.
outlive Yak.
Oh, I don't know. All your 100-year-old relatives.
You got Yak dying in his 60s all of a sudden. That's not nice. He's got young kids.
I think Yak's going to make it to his 70s, but you're going to be 104 and just too nasty to die. I can't die now. I've got someone to insult. That draft pick. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me?
I got insulted big time over the weekend. Hardcore insult. I mean, it hurt. Get to it.
All right. You want me to talk about something else while you get to it?
No, we'll get to it next.
All right, break time. PK with a hardcore insult next. Stay with us.
Make game day yours. Tickets, food and drinks, stats, and streaming. Everything you need is in the Utah Mammoth app. Download today and make game night easy. Download on both Android and iPhone. Tusk Top.